Politics Desk. Let's talk about Levi Johnson, who says, Monica, that despite preaching abstinence, Alaska Governor Sarah Palin knew what was going on between him and Bristol Palin. Johnson is speaking exclusively to talk show host Tyra Banks in an interview set to air on Monday.
So she knew that you guys were active.
Yeah.
You think she knew?
I'm pretty sure she probably knew.
How are you pretty sure she knew?
She didn't. Mom's pretty smart.
So I have to ask you a personal question, but you're on my Tyra couch and there are no personal questions. Were you practicing safe sex?
Yeah.
Even when the baby was conceived?
We were.
And so there were just wardrobe malfunctions?
I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I guess so.
Every time you practice safe sex?
Yeah.
Every time?
Every time.
Levi?
Most of the time.
Every time, most of the time. Joining me live in the studio is MSNBC.com scoop columnist Courtney Hazlett. Tyra was pushing him. Now, let's talk about the situation here, because isn't Governor Palin a supporter of abstinence?
You're absolutely right about that. In fact, Bristol Palin, if you recall, then candidate came out and said, you know, I'm not so sure I support abstinence education. But here's the issue here. With Levi Johnson coming out on the Tyra Banks show, millions of people are going to see these statements or hear these statements that he's making. And if he says something that's particularly salacious and could be potentially damaging to Sarah Palin's future ambitions in politics, she's going to have to address it.
What do you think about the choice of Tyra Banks, say that over Oprah Winfrey?
Alex, this is such an interesting one. I think a lot of people forget that Tyra Banks is a sort of Oprah Winfrey for a much younger set. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't really occur to Levi Johnson to go toward an Oprah-type show. Really, the demographic that loves Tyra Banks is exactly his peer group.
Yeah, you know what? You make a lot of sense. Good point with that. What about Levi Johnson, not the only person close to Governor Palin right now, suddenly out in the media. In fact, her husband Todd, as you know, Courtney, is in the May issue of Men's Journal. Is overall the Palin name now a big public draw?
Right now, when ratings are so important and newsstand sales are so important, I'm telling you, Alex, nobody's going to put a huge spread of Todd Palin anywhere unless they know it's a safe bet. This was definitely planned out 6 to 8 weeks ago. That's the sort of lead time these magazines have, and I guarantee you they did it because they know it's going to sell. And so, yes, the Palins definitely are still of interest in the public eye, and they're good for media sales right now.
Well, listen, the Scoop's following them, so there you have it right there.